Welcome back to the Tennessee Frugal Craftsman. I am making some beautiful 2x6 and 2x4 here. As I'm finishing up the last stack of dimensional lumber. You can see here, this stack is well over halfway complete now, run through. I needed to get this out of here because I've got to move the saw, because the basement here of the house is going to be right in the way, because I'm planning on moving the basement back further than originally anticipated. And so I'm thinking about moving it right over there. So I've got to get this stuff out of the way. I've got some of my previous videos, stump removing 101 and 101B or 102, I forget what it was, but I had removed some of the stumps in here. You can see there's one over there where the crush is, there's one there where the crush is, and so now I've got right in through here, I've got a fairly level run where I can set my saw, and it'll be out of the way, I think, until I finally get ready to do my final grading for the garage and main entrance to the garage and stuff. So but anyway, that wasn't the reason I wanted to do a video today. I have been doing some calculating on, just about how much money that milling a couple of those poplar trees from my neighbor's property, kind of the value of what they were to me. And I did some pricing from Lowe's and whatnot, and what they charge for poplar. Now most of this poplar that I have is clear, because minimal knots, because it was a lot of butt cuts. And so this was the pile, and I've done an earlier video. I'll put the link there in the bottom of the screen. But this was the main pile. I did do, and I stacked some 12s, the banana, the banana log I stacked on top of those 12s, because that was a 12-foot long log. But these were 7-foot, a lot of 7'6" and 8'6" pieces of lumber. And many of them, I ran them through at about 12 inches, anywhere from 10 to 12 inches. And so I did some calculating based upon what Lowe's charges. And what I found is that little stack of lumber right there is almost $8,000 worth of wood once I get it planed. The board foot cost of poplar, clear poplar, is through the roof. And so I got looking at that. I'm like, well, I think I'm going to make my cabinets out of that. You can make shelving and end panels and everything, because poplar is very stable once it dries. Run it through the planer. It doesn't move a lot, according to my cabinet maker friend. And so I am learning about the value of, some of this material here, this type of wood down here in Tennessee. And that tulip poplar apparently is very good for that. And so I just wanted to let you know that if you've got poplar on your property, and unlike me, where I mentioned in another video, where I actually took and chopped up one of the poplar trees I had taken down and used it for studwood in my building, my outbuilding. That stuff you want to take and mill it out into 1-inch boards by whatever width you can get, and use it for finish work, trim or whatever, or sell it to cabinet makers, because it brings a premium. And like I said, who would have ever guessed that one stack would cost that much? Now, I mean, you'll stop and look at it. I think I had something like You see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, I think it was around 27, you know, the equivalent of about 27 sheets 4 by 8 in those stacks, maybe a little less. So for ease of calculation, just round off to, you know, 30. And if you're buying, you know, cabinet material, you know, 4 by 8 sheet, 3/4 cabinet material, even at $100 a sheet, that's only, you know, a little under $3,000. So that kind of gives you an idea of the value of the solid wood, the poplar. So anyway, I just wanted to make some comments about that, give you a heads up. Now you can see up here, I was out this morning and did some weed whacking with my new Still 70 weed whacker and knocked this all down. I've got to get it ready for hopefully in the next week or so. I would like to get the permit pulled for my septic, and then of course they're gonna have to lay it out, and it's right up there on that side hill. And so I took at this Monday night and then this morning, and I've pretty much knocked it all down. Now I'll have to stay on top of it, but at least it's not, you know, like I've got down here. I've still got to do down there. It just looks nasty when you don't have it trimmed up. So it's one of those jobs. Anybody who knows anything about doing that type of work, you know, when you're clearing property, you have to stay on top of it. So not a long video today. I just wanted to bring you up to date of what I've been doing. I'm back at my day job, so not able to get a lot of work done here consistently, so I'm just kind of working evenings again, and today's Saturday. But you can kind of see here, I'll come around and give you a panorama. You can see now pretty much my completed piles of lumber. Far pile is the attic floor. Those are the stringers. This is the main floor stringers, 2x12s for a good portion of the main floor. Then I have my 16-foot 2x4s, my stud wood, 2x4x8 stud wood. And then I have my 2x6x8 stud wood. Then I have my kind of a collection. This is 2x12, 2x4, 2x6, all 12-foot stock. So some of that's floor joists, some of that is rim joists. The 2x12, some of those will be for making stair stringers and whatnot. This stack here is the 2x6x16 plating and rafters. That's, you know, what I've been working on right here today, finishing up that. So that's a combination of 2x6 and 2x4s, mostly 2x6. So by the time I'm done, this stack will be fairly large. Then I have my 2x10x16 over here. Those are more of the main two floors. And then I have cedar and oak, which is right there. That's going to be decking and interior closets and stuff. Far stack over there mostly is there's some boards on that, but that's mostly strapping for the ceilings of the main house. Then I have pine for whatever trims and whatnot. This stack here is my garage material. That's the 10-foot material. So garage, and I've got some 2x4s in there. That's the porch roof and the closed-in porch roof, and collar ties, things like that that's for the main garage area. Then I have this stack here, which is 2x6x8. I've got a couple stacks of those. I had another one up there I showed you, and then I've got this 2x6 and 2x4s. These are my 9-foot stock. This is the stuff for so I got the 2x4s down here, 2x6 up here. That's the main floor. On down is the rafter material for both the house and the garage, and then more of my 2x10 by 12, which are floor stringers. So there's piles of lumber. I had no idea when I started, just how much work there was. But one of these days I will do a calculation, and as I'm working through the floors and kind of, building the floors of the house, and kind of give you the savings on how much, to buy this stuff it would actually be. So anyway, appreciate you joining me today. If you would, please like and subscribe. I'll try to do a video with a little more action soon, but all I'm doing is planing, doing a lot of the same old. So until next time, as always, you have a great day, and if you would, tell others, about the channel, and anybody who's thinking about doing something like this. It's a great way to learn. Anyway, you have a great day.